Hello people everywhere and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be playing The Last of Us Interrogations game mode, and in this game mode you have to kill other people and bang their heads in until they tell you where their box is, and then when you get to their box you have to open it. That's how you play this game type. Welcome to The Last of Us. Now in this game mode you have to kill people, just like in every other game mode. But what's special about this particular game is that I got 20 of these alleged kills. And what's even more important about that is that my friend was on the other team. And we partied up in this game trying to be on the same team, trying to kick some ass. But for some reason, Naughty Dog, and all its glory, put us on separate teams, ruining our friendship because I completely wrecked him. As you could tell before the game started, before the intro went off, that was me teabagging and executing my friend. Oh, I'm gonna miss him. Anyways guys, yes, I pretty much completely wrecked Face. That's why I'm uploading this video on YouTube. Well, that's why I'm uploading this gameplay in the background of this video on YouTube. I wanted to talk about why I think games like The Last of Us are underrated and why they should be played more often than games like Call of Duty and Battlefield. It really annoys me that no one gives these types of games a chance. Like, I'm not saying no one does, people do, but it's more of the people that play a whole bunch of different types of video games. It's never the people that have only played Call of Duty or Battlefield before. I mean, we don't have a big community here on The Last of Us. I mean, we have a pretty big community because we do have, you know, the Naughty Dog fans and the PlayStation fans, which are, don't get me wrong, are a lot of people. But I'm not just talking about The Last of Us here. I'm talking about games that people probably don't even consider to have multiplayer. Single-player games that shouldn't really have multiplayer, which I guess Last of Us is considered one of them, along with all the Uncharted games and Tomb Raider. I heard that has the multiplayer game types as well. But why do no one give these games a chance? Just because these AAA titles are pretty much built only for multiplayer, like Call of Duty and Battlefield. No one buys those games for the campaign. I mean, who really does? Do you buy it for the campaign? If you do, then you're in the minority of the people on YouTube, I mean, I guess people in reality do buy the Call of Duty games and Battlefield games just for the single player. But I'm talking about the YouTube community here. Us on YouTube, the people that actually watch gameplays on YouTube aren't buying Call of Duty and Battlefield for the single player. So why should we only be buying The Last of Us for the single player? Why shouldn't we play the multiplayer as well? I'm just trying to say that more people should try out the multiplayer portions of these games because they're really awesome. I actually really think that this mode could have been better if people wanted more from it. I mean, like this multiplayer portion of the game. I mean, the 3 game types that they have in this game are freaking fantastic. And they do have a huge variety of maps and guns, but I can tell by just the small number of game types that there really isn't that much people playing. Because if there were more people playing, there'd probably be more game types. Because think about it, if there are more game types and there's not enough people to fill them, then there's just not enough people to fill them and then they'll be all spread out. That's why if there's a less amount of people playing game types, then they have to be on they only have to be a short amount of game types. Like if you're playing Call of Duty Black Ops 2 on PC, you won't be able to find a match on Domination or Search and Destroy or Kill Confirmed. Well, maybe Kill Confirmed, but that's irrelevant. What I'm trying to say is that you can only find game type because you can only find Team Deathmatch, and that's pretty much it because there's not enough people playing. And I think that's what Naughty Dog was doing when they pretty much only put the 3 game types in, is because they know people aren't going to be playing their game for the multiplayer. And I'm just saying that's pretty sad. I mean, it's just not really fair because this multiplayer is way better than any other multiplayer game I've really played. It's strategic, it's tactical, you have to think about what you're doing. You only have 8 bullets in your lifetime that you have to, and it only takes 3 bullets to kill people. You really have to know what you're doing. You have to think. You can't just run and kill people like in Call of Duty. You really have to think about what you're doing. You have to know when to revive yourself. You have to know when to get a med kit. You have to know when to run away. You have to know when to sprint, because all these things have consequences. Every little thing. Like when you sprint, yeah, you might be able to get away from the action, but you're going to be marked on the map like a Christmas tree when you do it. There's just a lot of things that go around in this game that you have to think about that I think more games should have. Because in Call of Duty, you just pick your gun and you shoot Call of Duty mans, and that's it. Unfortunately, guys, the game is about to end, and I am running out of time to talk about Call of Duty and Battlefield and rant about how important these games are, but how unimportant they should be. Alright guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave me a like and tell me how I did in the comment section down below, and subscribe. And cheers guys, until next time.